Advance. It's really not hard just to treat people the way I want to be treated. I've been talking to myself about how I talk to myself lately. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man. You sound like you're such a stalker. Whoever it applies to. If it's not you, then be like, I ain't no stalker. Then shut up. I'm not talking to you. Let it be for who it's for. Ass beaten. Anyway, okay, I'm done with that. Start talking about the chosen or the targeted. See, that's the thing. We are all becoming. I am becoming. You are not now what you're meant to actually be. So I try to be patient with people, and I'm super patient with myself. And how I show up right now, it might not be how I show up in 5 or 10 years with a little more experience, a little more tenure in this body. I know that I am parched, I know. I'm going to fix it. Okay.
An unstoppable force or immovable object.
It does matter what you do. But some people, it's like you miss that they're going to remember what you did, what you contributed. If we're looking at everyone like we are all each other's partners, like spiritually, we are each other's partners, that we are basically holding each other accountable. If this life actually is a test or a simulation or some type of game, which I don't think that, but I'm just saying, because we're partners. That's why I said in one of the previous videos, like, you're never alone. I don't just mean because God or the angels or the ancestors are there. I mean, there's someone that's on the other side of this experience that you are having. And you really have to look at the person and yourself and how you're showing up to see what the actual lesson could possibly be. It could just be as simple as you accepting the blessing and going on about your business. But especially when things get rocky, I'm conscious of it, and I encourage others to be conscious of it. What's bigger than your point and his point? Your point and their point. What matters is what's right, man. And it's like people can get caught up in their egos and will try so hard to hold a position and to hold their position or their perspective. It's just like the more that you yell and raise your voice and don't start cussing, using profanity, it just shows, what it really shows are many layers of respect that has been dropped for the other person, and then really for yourself. Because it's like under normal circumstances, you would never speak to them like that. You don't even talk to strangers like that. But look at what you just said. Like what the other person just said. I've been triggered into saying a lot of things. Like I always lead with light. And it's not even all the way because like I am light. It's not, I'm like not self-righteous. I truly treat people how I want to be treated. And if I know that I know that you couldn't stand in my face yelling at me, talking and spitting everywhere, cussing, belittling me, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not gonna subject you to that. I'm not gonna play games with your money or do stupid, careless things to make you doubt me, in a friendship or a relationship, at work even. I'm conscious of how I show up. And so when I consider this hiatus that I took over like the last 2 weeks or so, there are videos, like I said, I'm uploading one, right? I'm still recording. I'm just trying to determine if I'm going to actually upload the video. And I had some analysis paralysis. I was just observing what I saw in myself. I was observing what I saw and became, triggered by it. I talk about that. Like, she certainly stays into it with herself a lot. I mean, I kind of do. I kind of hold myself. It's not just a fleeting thought. Because in the end, the parts of you that nobody can see, that's what remains, is the memory of you. What people remember of you. People who don't know you can say that they remembered and regurgitate what they've heard. People who have met you and been in your energy, they've been in your space, they've gotten a taste of your life lingo, they remember you. They will remember what they witnessed of you. We all will remember. We are the elders. We are the ancestors. Remember, if all of the women already came with all the eggs that they will ever have, what that says about generationally how we're connected. That I've always been there. Mama, you've always been there. Grandmother, you've always been there. Great-grandmother, you've always been there. My daughters have always been there. Because we don't continue producing eggs. We are born with all the eggs that we will ever have. I talk about that a lot too. Anyway, reeling myself back in. What I was saying is, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so during my hiatus, I know I should probably turn the car off. I'm going to turn the car off. What kept coming back to me was, if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all. Sometimes it just be like that. And sometimes it's better, especially whenever I know that I'm emotional. I know that I'm processing. I give myself and other people that might be involved, I give them the mercy and the patience and the time that I know that they need to process that I need to process so that I'm not unfair. And sometimes I overanalyze things. Like these connections matter to me. Like they matter so much. Not even because of what I might get from it, but if I might be the thing that changes someone's life, I don't want it to be like I don't want it to be the thing that chiseled a space in their hearts or in their life. I want it to be something that like fills in the place. You know what I mean? Some of the elders that nurtured me and helped mold me implanted the idea that things after I come in contact with people or places or things that they should be better than before I got there. So that means that even if it ends, it doesn't have to end badly or on a negative tone or on a heavy note. We will remember each other. What will you remember of me? So I always say, we have to use your own mind. I have to use my own mind. Because sometimes whenever family members and friends start to vent about people in their lives, and we'll start marking businesses off the list just on somebody else's review. Some of us do. If it's people that you know and you trust, we always go out to eat here, so I know you know what I like, and you say you don't like that, it's that bad. Some people, and the same for friendships, the same for work environments, the same from colleges, just other things that people. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I get a little bit of sun on me and I start acting up. When people talk about mental health who don't express empathy. When I was 18, I worked for this child development center overseas, and I was 18 or 19. And one of the things that I learned, I kind of learned it from watching my mother anyway, was when you have babies and you're raising toddlers, just children overall, but especially whenever they're crawling to toddler, that how important it is to see them on their level, to not always be standing over them talking to them, authoritative. How important it is to actually sit down on the floor or sit down on their level and communicate something, like our body language communicates something. I think that's so intelligent for babies to see that and feel that and respond to that positively. That you went from standing several feet over them to sitting down on their level. I think about that. I hope you all do too. If you have children or if you have pets, our world is a wonderland to them. I do believe that it's even more fascinating to them than it is to us. They're watching us, the animals. You don't think that the birds communicate about you? You don't think they talk to each other when the humans are nice? When we do nice things? When we treat them good? When they get to see us behaving good? They're recording it. We're all recording it, really. Water has memory. Did you know that? Water stores memory. There are many water tests that will show you the vibration in water and how it forms how it forms shapes that are consistent with frequencies. The water is intelligent and we drink it. Did you know that you can program that water by talking to it and speaking the order, giving it the command that it's going to nourish your body and heal your body? It's going to recharge and help to reprogram those dead cells and everything that you're wanting to rinse out of yourself. You can talk to the water and have it to do exactly what you want it to do. Now, that is coming from someone who obviously sometimes I neglect my water intake. That doesn't mean that I don't know exactly what to do with it. I'm just trying to share. Yeah, the animals and the plants, they communicate about us. Like I know they feel me and hear me, they respond to me. And I've seen other people demonstrate that. They're all over, social media, and, I'm not going to just start naming all the platforms, but y'all know that people are recording these miraculous. It's miraculous that they're able to capture it, but our ability to communicate with them and to understand them, I so wish we had that back fully. But then what will we do with that, What will we do with it? Put on my Marvel or my DC mind. What would we do with that type of power? I don't know. What have we done in the past when we got a little bit of power? What have we done? Isn't it amazing how many fox you see in the city now? Like, it's not like it's uncommon, like completely like unheard of to see a fox here and there. But I'm seeing fox and coyotes, like coyotes for those who trip on the pronunciation of coyote. I'm just saying I'm seeing them in the city more than I used to, than we used to. Wouldn't you agree? I'd be like, what are you doing here, little fox? No. There's this influencer who makes videos of him basically annoying the hell out of all of the fox until they just fall into submission. They be like growling, and he calls it meowing. Not meowing, because I say meow. What does he say? yowl, yowling. And I like how he talks to the fox. No, to the coyotes. He be sweet talking to him, they be biting the hell out of him. Anyway, why was I talking about this? Why was I talking about him? I try to, like, if I mention other channels, I always try to put their name of their song or their whatever piece of their work that I referenced when I take screenshots and stuff. I always try to show where that originally came from. Yeah, but I also spend a lot of time on the computer. So there's some things that I created. I think it's so important for us to keep that part of ourselves satisfied and busy. It can be so freeing to indulge in some piece of art, whether it's writing, painting, singing, dancing, sculpting, sketching, drawing, whatever. I don't know why I keep wanting to say dancing. Anyway, I believe that's a part of us, is what keeps us young. We got to keep on moving. People can produce photo or present so-called photo evidence of pictures that are actually altered and fabricated. And all you have to do is ask to actually see the original image. And you can see if someone has used AI technology or another program designed to kind of crawl over the actual image and manipulate it. There are some stamps and some footprints that you can look for. You'd have to look that up. I'm new to this concept, but it is a thing. And I know that it's been used to frame people, but if you know what you're looking for, someone who really wants to investigate and get to the bottom of something, you can take an image and you'll know exactly how it was manipulated. Sometimes the systems are sophisticated enough to even tell you what app or what software or what program altered this image or altered this video.